Hello, in another episode of the neighborhood guided tours. We're gonna explore where we left off in Presa area. So I will leave the link so that you can watch the first episode if you didn't see it. So pretty much this is where we left off, and as I was mentioning, there's some grocery stores in this area, and also this Universo a Granel, which is a very popular store. They sell bulk grains and organic stuff. We also have an Oxxo, and I'm gonna take you to the area called El Cambio and then back to where we started this video so that you can get another feeling of another section of La Presa. And focusing on the real estate aspect, I was mentioning how pretty much the main street in almost everywhere from Presa to San Javier, which is like the two ends of the historical center or the nearest parts of the historical center, pretty much everything is just businesses. So we just passed some offices, and here we have a laundry service. On that side we have a park. We're gonna see it on the way back, so to speak. And here we have a dentist office. And we just passed the like a little restaurant owned by a foreigner. Her name is Chandra. She does really yummy food. It's like inspired, like a mix of Creole, I wanna say. Maybe you can correct me if you know her. But really yummy. This is an amazing hotel. Before it used to be very destroyed, but they did a great job in fixing it up. So they have a bar called Bar La Unión, and this is another spot where you can get a massage. Also you can buy a day pass and use their pool and their steam. It's really pretty. You can have breakfast here. It's also really good quality. It's not very expensive. It's not maybe to have breakfast there probably is like around $25 per person, but it's worth it. It's worth to come and walk in the hotel. Is really nice. I think the day pass is like $50, like 900 pesos. And these are houses, but these houses have been owned for some of the most traditional families of the city. So odds are that you are not gonna find them in the real estate market. Probably they will be inherited to their kids or grandkids, but these are like premium locations, so it's not gonna like be for sale. And if they do, probably they will be for, I don't know, $600,000. It's gonna be a lot of money. So that's something to take into consideration. This one here is a little museum. I think kind kind of tells the story of ghosts. If you are in this area, that's one of the questions sometimes we have. If there's any like museums around the city, that would be one of them. And like I was mentioning, you will be able to see the French style on this side of town. This right here in this corner is called Escuela Normal, which is the school to become a teacher. And it's an amazing building. It's built with cantera rosa, which is very iconic on this part of Mexico. Like different parts of Mexico have different colors of this stone, but here in Guanajuato the most common is green and pink and black. And it's still functioning. That means like people still come here and take their classes, and it's a beautiful, beautiful building. Something interesting, if you ever come to this area, and this building has that feature, some of the spaces where there's supposed to be windows, those windows are blocked. And that was because at some point windows had a cost, like a tax cost. So if you had so many windows, you had to pay so much, and people started closing or blocking the windows so that they didn't have to pay those taxes. So when you see those type of things, especially in older buildings, that's the reason why. Here we have more businesses. This is like a party supply store, and this is a flower store and a coffee shop. We have the flower store. The guys working there are very, very talented, so that would be a recommendation for you. This building is closed right now, 50C, but they have one of our favorite spots. It's called La Cocina de Laura. It's like, we call it comida corrida. That means that they have like a menu, and you can choose from different options, and you pay, I don't know, like probably the last time I was there is like 120 pesos, but you can have a drink, a dessert, a main course, started like a little salad or soup. And the guys there are lovely, they are amazing. Laura is great, so it's one place that we really recommend. This building here used to be a daycare, now it's a parking lot. We call them pensiones. Maybe I had mentioned that before in other videos, but it's a service you pay. Well, it's just like a place. You pay for the month to park your car there. This is another one of our favorites. This is called Piso Local House. This is an Airbnb, but they also host a restaurant. It's just open for breakfast. It's called Macanela, and that's a really nice option here in La Presa. It's always really, really busy. Here we have a hardware store and a Comex store. This is where you can buy paint supplies, and also maybe like sealers for like wood or sealers for your roof, which we call impermeabilizante. This hairdresser we're gonna see here on the right. This has been here for ages, since I have memory, this lady has been here. So this is a place where you can come and get a haircut. Here we have a very, very nice plaza, and there's a school over there. So in the morning this stretch gets really, really busy because all the kids start school at 8 and then they finish school at 1, so this is gonna be packed with cars like right now. But right now the reason is because we have Festival Cervantino happening, so this attracts a lot of tourists and from Mexico and other parts of the world. So people come, and there's a lot of fun activities and shows like concerts. You can watch like companies from all over the world. So it's a very, very nice festival, and it's in October. This right here is another coffee shop. Is called Verbena. They do a lot of their pastry, I think pretty much all of it. Here's a drugstore from Farmacias Similares. This is a company, and the idea of these Farmacias Similares is to sell cheap options of medicine for people, and usually on Mondays you get a big discount, so many people come here on Mondays to buy medicine, and it's really good quality. And many of those farmacias have a doctor that you can get a consult with. Usually they don't have appointments, not that I know of. It's usually first come, first serve, and if the doctor is there, he will check you. And the last time I was in one of these, I think the consult was 50 pesos. So again, that's the idea behind this company, Farmacias Similares, to make health accessible for everybody, which is, I know, a big issue in many people's minds. Like, how do Mexicans get healthcare, or how do we do it? But we have very good options. It's just like a simple consult, no? If you, I don't know, if you know that you have cancer or something like that, well, that doctor probably is not gonna help you. It's more like a general doctor, but you can get a consultation with him for sure, for minor things, maybe like a flu or like a cold or something like that. And here we are arriving to a spot called El Cambio. We will go back from here, and I'll tell you later a little bit more about El Cambio. It's like the change and the reason why it's called like this. And this is one of the tunnels that connects the city with the area in Pozuelos and Marfil. So now going back, here you have a bus stop. And another container where we, like we were saying last video in the first part of La Presa, this is where you come and bring your trash bags. And again, it's very similar, the properties that you will find. It's businesses. These two are hotels. The green one is a veterinarian. So again, like, that's the challenge in Guanajuato. Like, there's not a lot of houses, and the ones that are in the main street are not for sale. Again, we see callejones that take you to where people live, and there's no street, car access. So you will have to climb a lot of steps. This, for example, is Zaragoza, is one of the longest callejones. So this is something you need to take into account. This is where the houses are located. So again, I cannot stress the importance of taking this into consideration, because if you have mobility issues, Guanajuato or like the around Centro won't be, or below Panoramica, won't be the best option for you, because you will need to climb a lot of steps. You won't have parking. So take that into consideration. We get a lot of requests for houses near Centro with parking and garden for pets, and like we are trying to show you that it's not that we don't want to help you to find a house, it's just what you are looking for is very specific and very hard to get. So that can be kind of like a reality check for you, and that's pretty much one of the main reasons why people go to San Miguel, because San Miguel doesn't have that issue. It's much more accessible, and the city is like friendlier in that way, no? That you have more access. This huge big building to my right, that's the offices for PRI. You can see the logo here. And this was the political party that ruled Mexico for 70 years. So it was almost like a dictatorship. Yeah, the presidents used to change, but the ruling party was the same for 70 years. And then that changed when Vicente Fox became a president, and PAN, P-A-N, became the ruling party for a little bit. So here we have like a notaria. That's a notary, but a notario is not the same in the States as in Mexico. Well, before I explain about the notaria, this is another of our favorite stores, is Salgaderia. They sell charcuterie and the best bread, sourdough bread. More convenience stores and a butcher and more hotels. So now about notarios, that's also another question we get a lot, because many of our clients have mentioned that a notario in the States is like anybody can become a notario. I can be a notario. They just validate signatures. But in Mexico, a notario is very different. A notario is pretty much a lawyer, but it's not any lawyer. They need so many years of training, and also they need a specific master's degree. And then, like, depending on the size of the city, is how many notarios are allowed to be in the city. I don't know the ratio of like notarias per person or per inhabitant, but is not anybody can become, or not any lawyer can become a notario. So let's say that now the population has grown and they need a new notario. So now the government will do like a, how would you say it, like a contest, I want to say, but it's not a contest, but they pretty much request lawyers with that masters and that training to apply, and then if they are chosen, they become the next notario. Why? So it's very like a very picky process. Why? Because that notario is going to represent the government in that city, And when you buy a house in Mexico, the notario takes care of all of that. So many people say, okay, get me a lawyer. Well, that's your lawyer. The notario is your lawyer. He's gonna be the one who checks the title deed of the house, that is clean, that there's nothing like weird, sketchy, or like issues with the paperwork. I forgot the word, linens, I guess, linens. I don't remember, but you know, like when if the house is, maybe somebody used that house as a collateral for a loan, and now there's like a debt that is maybe somebody will come and tell you, like, that's my house because the past owner owes me. So notario does everything. And some notarios also, what they do is they also can get your permit to buy a house, because in Mexico you need, it's not really a permit, but it's more like you are informing the government that you are buying a house. In like areas near the border and the coastline, foreigners cannot own directly. They need a fideicomiso, but here in central Mexico you can. This is another notario, and we see with more detail also Escuela Normal. So, like, when you work with us as Guanajuato property, we can suggest a notario that we trust, somebody that we have worked with for many years, and that we know for sure is not gonna like overcharge you, or is gonna really communicate and be very clear and transparent about the whole process. We always try to take care of our clients that way. Because we know buying a house is not like buying a bar of chocolate, no? It's an investment, and many times those houses are like the when a dream comes true, no? You wanna go somewhere else, you wanna enjoy your life abroad. So we take very, very seriously who we work with, and that our clients feel as good as possible, no? That somebody took care of them and somebody cares for them. So we just saw another OXXO, and also like a tire repair shop. Like if your tire blows, you can go and fix it there. So that's another service that is very random. Only when you need it, you will ask for it. Maybe before you won't pay attention, but it's useful information. Here we have a business related to like maintenance of bikes and tours. Here we have a lab to get your clinical like labs. And this is another very important landmark in La Presa. This is the only hospital, like private hospital, on this side of town. It is quite small, but it has the basics. So this is a place that you want to keep in mind, because hopefully not, but if you need it, you know where it is. And they also have a pharmacy and a coffee shop. But the hospital has doctors that speak English, so If you don't speak a lot of Spanish, or also maybe you speak some Spanish, but medical terms are different. So maybe you want to express yourself in English, so that's possible. There's doctors who can help you there. And here we have something very nice that happens once in a while in La Presa area, which is bazaars. So you can come and buy like second-hand clothes and shoes and maybe makeup, food. So they become very popular because it's a nice way to, for example, if you are into recycling, repairing, reusing, right now that's very popular in the city, so that's why those events are becoming more common. And here we have the Parque El DIF. So this building is the DIF or DIF, and this is a government office in charge of taking care of families. Like, for example, domestic abuse victims can come here, or if you need help because maybe your kids need braces or like a surgery or something, this is where people come to ask for help. And that's why the park is named DIF. This is where many people come to walk their dogs. So we are back to where we started, and I hope you enjoy this second video of La Presa. We will try to keep the neighborhoods one by one, and maybe something like after we are done with the main neighborhoods down, we will try to go up and show you how above Panoramica looks like. But again, please let us know if you want something in particular, or you have specific questions, or you want to watch something, and we will be very happy to help you. So thanks for watching, and leave your comments. Thank you. Bye bye.